Hi everyone, it's Kim here. Today's video is the second in a new series where I try out all the games in the Nintendo eShop that are so heavily discounted or priced low that it's almost suspicious how low they're priced. If you have a game you'd love me to review as a part of the series, do put it in the comments below and I'll add it to the list to check out. LeClue Detectivu is a mystery adventure game that was released on PC, Mac and iOS back in 2019 and on Nintendo Switch in 2020. It was backed on Kickstarter back in 2014 where it reached well over its initial goal of $65,000. For my review, I played the game on Nintendo Switch, and while its usual price is $34 in the Nintendo eShop for New Zealand and $24.99 in the US eShop, it doesn't quite fit the price range I'm looking for this series. It does go on sale frequently, and I managed to get it for over 90% off. I paid just $3 New Zealand dollars, and looking at price tracking websites, LeClue Detectivu does go on sale frequently, and often for up to 90% off. This current sale is available in most countries until the 12th of March, excluding the US and Canada. Sorry, US and Canada! While perusing the eShop for games for this series, LeClue caught my eye straight away. It was the art style and colours used in this game. Visually it looked amazing, and I've been looking for a detective or mystery style game for a while, so I had to give this one a shot. And I am so glad I did. So glad. The story captures you right away with a tutorial so subtle you don't even realise it's teaching you the game controls and mechanics. You play LeClue, whose mum is the prime suspect in the murder of the dean at the local university, and the way the gameplay progresses is kinda clever. The story is actually being written in real time by an author who has been told by his publisher that he has to kill a character in his next book to keep people hooked on the series, or else they'll cancel his book deal. And decisions you make change the way he writes the story. In a way, it kind of reminded me of those old choose your own adventure books, except it didn't have these very sudden endings early on, or you couldn't make decisions so big that they kill off everybody or something like that. It was a little bit more subtle the way the story changed. And without giving too much away, you discover there is so much more going on in this town than just the dean's murder, and it's your job, well, Jenny decides to make it her job, to try to figure out what's going on. Along the way, you meet loads of unique, entertaining characters who add so much richness to the storyline. My favourite is CJ. He is a conspiracy theorist who both helps Jenny with good information, but also spouts a lot of nonsense about aliens and other things. His character was so great to interact with that 100% truthfully, I was in tears the first time I met him because I was laughing so hard. My husband was playing games next to me and his friends could hear me laughing through his headset and wondered if I was okay. It was just the perfect combination of the dialogue, his movements, and the way he was drawn, and the amazing voice acting that made CJ so good. The mechanics for the gameplay in LeClue Detectivu are pretty fun as they vary a bit. There are choice-based decisions, finding clues, and solving smaller mysteries along the way, and other puzzle-type actions that keep the game interesting as they're nearly all different from each other. I find some games in the adventure or mystery genre a little hard to keep up with and enjoy. I just find that there are often too many details to remember, or the puzzles are so challenging that I am constantly googling walkthroughs for the game. But I found the opposite with LeClue Detectivu. It was still hard, but it felt like the right level of difficulty where things were solvable but gave you enough of a challenge that it kept you hooked. And along the way, I kept finding myself getting distracted by the art style and the amazing scenery in this game. The use of colour was visually so nice to look at, and also often quite clever. I did notice that the creators of this game definitely have to be fans of the TV show Lost. The show is very different from the game, but without spoiling the storyline for the game, there were many elements that reminded me of the show, especially the Dharma stations and the Marvin Candle Edgar Halliwell's videos. If you've watched Lost, you'll know what I mean by that. I finished LeClue Detectivu earlier today, and I was surprised, in a good way, how long the game was. It took me 11 to 12 hours to finish, which is much longer than I was expecting. I kept thinking I was nearing the end of the story, and then there would be another unexpected twist or puzzle to solve. And even at full price, I think the game was worth it. But for $3, I was really not expecting the game to be this full, fun, and long. And long in a good way, I'll say that again, it's a really good thing. LeClue Detectivu may be a few years old now, but don't let that put you off. I was enthralled the entire time I was playing, and it hooked me right from the start. And I can't wait for the sequel that is apparently happening to be released. I've only found 1 or 2 mentions of it, but they say it's coming. Fingers crossed, because I really, really want more games in this series. I highly recommend LeClue Detectivu, and I would give it an 11 out of 10 if I could. It's one of the best games I've played in a long time, and if you're considering checking it out, you definitely should. Just wait for a sale, as the price does drop regularly. Have you played LeClue Detectivu? What did you think? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have any other games you'd like to see me review in this series, as I have quite the list, but I want to find more. There are so many games I can't wait to show you. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Stay fresh, cheese bags! Bye!